All right. Looks like we're live. Ugh. What up? Street vegan. What's up, dude? Today's your birthday? Well, congratulations. You're still not dead yet. Oh, did you do anything to celebrate? Blaha saying you're a murderer because you had plastic on your walls. Blaha has literally held people at gunpoint illegally and threatened to shoot and kill I don't know how many fucking people. But because my basement has a vapor barrier, I'm a murderer? Like, okay. It's kind of a fucktard. Oh, it's not like anybody takes Blaha seriously anyway. Oh. Oh. Are Republicans being paid by Russia? Some Republicans want the US to leave NATO. It wouldn't surprise me. It's kind of strange how they have such strong ideological alignment. Like, there's not really any other way to explain it. It's really bizarre. Oh. What's up, my guy? How's the gear been feeling lately? Not too bad. I'm actually lowering the total dosage. I think I was just taking too much steroids before, and I just don't need that much. I've been having a fair bit of water retention, so I'm just gonna take 300 test. I switched from Boldenone to Masteron, but I'm just gonna stick with test. And I'm just gonna use the Anavar tablets that I have left. Just getting back into your content. What made you hop on gear? Farted. Basically, I learned that steroids aren't as dangerous as I thought they were. And my main interest is just getting stronger and physical perfection. So, went on steroids. How much do you think you would weigh if you never touched steroids, peds at all? Well, 200 pounds. That's what I weighed before I was on steroids. It's kind of a stupid question.
How we feeling today, my half natty brother? Looking good. Looking to hit some shoulders tonight after work, also getting ready to order and stock up on some Anavar myself. Literally Anavar is the best, keep it up, man.
Anavar is pretty good. Don't like it as much as Test. Test feels the best. But I like the kind of rush of energy you get from Anavar. And it does make you look harder and more veiny and shit. But yeah, as far as oral steroids go, Anavar is pretty great. Thanks for the donation, though, Andrew. No, I'm not on Tren. It's just kind of a joke for the title. I am on Anavar, though. Oh. What am I currently taking? I was taking. You can just look at my Instagram post about it. I was taking 350 test, 200 bold known a week. I ended up getting really bad water retention, so I switched to 300 test, 200 mast for the last like couple weeks. It was getting better slowly but surely, but I think I just don't need that much steroids to grow because I gained 20 pounds of muscle in 2 months just taking 200 test a week. So I'm just throwing out the mast right now, like this is day one, not injecting mast. I did get some Anavar tablets, so I'm just going to take 20 milligrams Anavar pre-workout. And then I'll just, I think that, it's 50 tablets, so that's 50-day supply. So I'll just use the Anavar for the next, how many more days I have of the Anavar tabs, but I think I'm just going to stick with 300 tests for a while. Again, I just don't think I need much steroids. And, whatever dose I was taking before, I think that's what was just causing the water retention.
What Novi G does not need a wife at Flagellum DI 741. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I definitely don't. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Thoughts on Ozempic? Ugh.
Nah, just smoke a few blunts. Then snuggle up with my dog watching Night at the Roxbury. About to order some vegan Greek food later. I sit in Slovakia wrap with my homemade Greek yogurt. Lol, that's in the original response. Thanks for the birthday wish, Toe.
Ugh. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you, yogurt. But that sounds like fun. Otherwise, thanks for the donation, Grey Knight. Ozempic's an effective weight loss drug. Retatrutide is a lot better, though. Ozempic is just one of the earlier generations of GLP-1 agonists. So retatrutide's one of the newer ones, and it's much more effective, and it has some other benefits over Ozempic. Your back is looking stronger. Have you tried injecting test yet? Andrea? Ugh. I've been taking hydrochlorothiazide for the last couple weeks, and I definitely want to be careful. I didn't take any today because I didn't want to take any while training. But I'm definitely gonna be very careful with the warm-ups just to see how my muscles are feeling.
Have you seen the teaser for that new Supergirl movie VG?
Yeah, looks awful. They made Supergirl seem like some stupid, annoying bitch, and It looks like it takes place on some dumb alien planet. The sets look really cheap. The CG looks really cheap. So, yeah, that looks like it's going to be bad. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo. Do you train your forearms specifically? Yes, I do direct training for my forearms. Why Anavar give up? And never give up. Anavar give up. It's kind of a play on words. I don't know if you caught that. So we're probably going to work up to 305 for the working set. And then, in all likelihood, especially since I'm on gear, I should be able to break my all-time PR of 315 for 9. Ideally, we'll get to like maybe 330 or 340 for like 8 to 10. Oh. Yes, steroids are vegan, stupid. Don't know why dumb motherfuckers have to ask me that every stream.
Will movies in general ever be great again, VG?
Probably not in general. Yeah, probably not in general. They just cost too much money to make. I think there needs to be a big kind of cultural change that ends up happening where studio executives just end up learning that it makes more financial sense to just make lower budget movies. Then they can take some more risks when it comes to production. Because now, because they have to put so much money into these movies, everyone's kind of thinking of what's the safest bet. Let's try to make the movie appeal to the widest audience as possible, and they just end up being like fucking stupid and lame. No, I don't recommend going vegetarian before going vegan. Just like how I don't recommend raping women before stopping raping children. Is there any concrete proof in the form of research for you to say that testosterone is a better antidepressant than SSRIs or other drugs? Check out the video response I made to Greg Doucette. I linked a meta-analysis in that video going over the cognitive health benefits of testosterone. You will not find any research on SSRIs or antidepressants that find as strong a benefit as testosterone for mental health improvements. Especially when you factor in tolerability of the drug. Testosterone is one of the most well-tolerated drugs ever made. Very few men who go on testosterone don't like the effects of the drug and end up stopping. Ugh. Fuck.
They also need to learn to stop being woke and so PC and care about what their audience wants rather than the woke mob.
Well, yeah, there's also the problem with Hollywood just being infested by leftist communist fucktardedry. A lot of like dumb fucking feminists and shit. There's way too many female writers and directors and producers and shit, and yeah, they're coming up with some really stupid fucking ideas. I've said this before. Women don't seem to be very good communicators, so anytime they write a story, they're kind of thinking, oh, well, you're supposed to like this character, or they're supposed to be cool, and they don't really explain why or have anything in the story that makes you feel a certain way about the character. It's just they want you to feel that way, and then they don't know how to write a way for you to feel that way. So, and then there's like the huge issue with the Mary Sues that are just have godlike powers in these stories for no fucking reason. And it's completely inexplicable. All right, 305. Oh. Oh, oh, that's a good start. And probably I'll feel better once I stop taking the hydrochlorothiazide. I was still having a lot of muscle twitches today. No, that was 9. Ugh. So the heart valve stuff that happened to CT eventually in Cali muscle, what was dosage based or Flex Wheeler's kidney complication? From what I heard, Flex Wheeler had some sort of genetic issue with his kidneys, and him being on steroids might have exacerbated the issue. CT Fletcher just ate like shit. Like the guy talked about eating like 10 Big Macs a day and like McDonald's apple pies like every single fucking day. So like the idea that that is going to be less of a problem for you than steroids is just fucking crazy. So he just was way too big and heavy and fat and ate like absolute shit, and that's what caused his heart issues. Kind of a similar thing with Cali Muscle. He had congestive heart disease. So again, the guy didn't eat very well. He talked about what he was eating in prison. You saw what his diet was like out of prison, still really bad. And yeah, like I'm sure the steroids that he's on, they don't help your lipids, but the bigger problem is his fucking diet, not the steroids he's on. How do you feel on steroids? Like a fucking killing machine. Why is that some girls can bench more than me but look weak in comparison? Probably because you need to stop training like a pussy.
Have you ever experienced a girlfriend randomly out of the blue accusing you of something and making you feel bad? Like you have a good day and nothing's wrong, and then she randomly just asks something in a very accusatory way?
Yeah. Women do this. I have no idea why. But when things are going great, no problems, no arguments, no fights, you're making money, paying bills on time, like just no problems. Women will, like clockwork, create problems for you. Out of nowhere, they'll start accusing you of cheating, or they'll complain about you talking to somebody, or they'll complain about you not giving them enough attention, or like just whatever. They'll bring something up. It's just what they do, dude. My advice is if you're in a relationship, the only point to be in a relationship is to benefit from the relationship. And if somebody is causing you fucking problems, then you just need to get them out of your fucking life. So I don't play games. I don't want to fucking babysit an overgrown child. When I see people acting like that, I just don't fuck with them anymore. So that would be my advice for you. You just don't need drama. Thanks for the donation, though, Sid. Dodo donates $2. Why do these feminists write their female characters to be perfect Mary Sues? That's not good writing, and as a Hollywood writer, they should know that it's a woman, not Jesus. Even some female fans are sick of this thing, VG. Well, again, it's just how women write and think about things. It's like they really want you to like the character, so it's like, oh, what would a cool, strong character do? But they don't understand how to actually write a good, compelling character. Like, they just think, oh, you're supposed to like them because they can do this. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo.
Did you start applying for jobs yet? I heard Walmart's hiring.
No, I'm just gonna sell, like, fentanyl. Thanks for the donation, 21st. Yeah, fuck working when you can just sell drugs, be a millionaire.
We haven't heard Mr. Brown's voice in the house or you talking to him for quite a while. Is he very busy at campus, or just quiet in his room, or some combination?
He just hasn't wanted to, like, come on stream, really, so... Yeah, he's usually just working in his room. Thanks for the donation, though, dude.
How are you feeling? Are you listening more carefully to your body? Frank uploaded new vids.
Feeling pretty good. Feeling quite good today, James. And, yeah. I am listening carefully to my body. And, I'm not sure if Frank uploaded any new vids. After the workout, we'll do a normal stream and we'll take a look. Thanks for the donation, though, James. Alright. Did you watch the new Tomb Raider trailer? It looks pretty good. Yeah, I don't know why they made Lara Croft look like a elderly Indian woman, but aside from that, the game looks pretty good. Luckily, it looks like the game's not going to come out until like 2027, so that should give them plenty of time to fix her face so she doesn't look like an elderly Indian woman. But aside from that, yeah, the game looks like really pretty. Like graphically looks good. Have you seen the show Lucifer? No. Never heard of it. Ugh. Ugh.
How do you honestly think Frank got the money for a 2-week trip to Japan, staying at hotels in the center of Tokyo, and eating out constantly at fancy restaurants?
He lies about his income. Um, Paul Saladino's lawyer was able to get a hold of tax forms that he submitted to the IRS. Frank made over $5 million in gross revenue in 2024. So he has a lot of money coming in. I don't know if he's like severely over leveraged and he has a lot of debt, but he does have a lot of revenue. So even if he's paying for it with lines of credit, the reason he's able to get those lines of credit in the first place is because he has a shit ton of income. Thanks for the donation, though, Blink.
FYI, if you want to write a great story, just observe what Chainsaw Man does.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man's an amazing story. I've never read anything that gives you such crazy emotional swings where you can like be laughing your ass off, be horrified and shocked, be like really sad and down. It's crazy good. Thanks for the donation though, New. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a IFBB Pro card. Like, I'm gonna see how big I can get and everything. But I'll consider maybe competing next year.
Friendly reminder to all viewers that if your height starts with a 5, it's L, D, A, R, or beta books for you.
Okay, thanks for reminding us all. Appreciate the donation, Jarvis. Yeah, if Frank was like truly broke, I don't think he'd be buying $100 grapes in Japan. Like he's lying about his income. He's actually lied. If you can look at the court documents with his lawsuit against Paul, he's clearly lying about his income. He's trying to avoid paying for court fees by saying he's got no money, and he's claiming in the court documents that he only has $200 in income per month, but he's claiming his monthly expenses are $2,300. So I think he's trying to say that his other expenses are covered by his business or something. But like, it's so fucking retarded. Like, he's just so blatantly lying. What do you feel your weakest muscles are? You need to work on the most? Definitely quads. They're getting better, but yeah, quads. I've just had so many knee issues. Totally ran out of gas. Had a 0 left in the tank there. I might have just needed to rest longer in between sets, but yeah, I can only get 3. Yes, I'm much stronger than Will Tennyson.
You should try to get hold of Dr. Taban and interview him about Tefano. Would be extremely interesting stream.
There's no chance he would ever agree to do an interview. The guy is a lawyer, and there's no way he wants to talk about, a botched procedure or draw attention to Fano in any way. So, yeah, there's no chance. He would have been instructed by his lawyer to not talk about him at all. It would be fun, for sure, but yeah, there's no chance he'd ever agree to do that. Thanks for the donation, though, Arrow. Oh. We were just benching 305. 305 pounds. I don't know what that is in kilos. Oh. All right. I still got some of the water retention that I'm dealing with, but it's definitely a lot better than it was before. So hopefully, especially with just lowering the doses, just goes away completely. Looking full and round though, so that's good. Last I measured my arms, they were 19 and a quarter, and I think like 19 and a half pumped. So, ooh. At least we're getting bigger.
Dude, because I watch your vids I keep dreaming of doing steroids. Last time I dreamt my friend injected a needle into my chest and woke up with muscle soreness. That training that day was awesome. Unfortunately I have BP 140/90 so probably no steroids FM.
Yeah, you might want to get your blood pressure under control before you consider taking steroids. I would check out Man Medicine on YouTube. He has a really good video on blood pressure. So, aside from the obvious of, managing your sodium intake, there's new, more modern methods of blood pressure control with a combination of medicines. So the most effective way to control blood pressure with medication seems to be taking 3 meds at once. You might want to consider doing that. And, obviously, see if you can get some of it under control with lifestyle modifications. So, like cleaning up your diet, removing junk food, watching your sodium intake, crap like that. But yeah, if it's still elevated, You might want to consider taking multiple blood pressure meds. And then once you got that sorted, maybe you can consider going on gear. Ugh. Thanks for the donation, though, Test. Ugh. I think that's good. How's hockey going? I don't play hockey. Oh. Oh. Fuck. Don't you think your ego lifting on lateral raises, you should do a lightweight for more sets? Yeah, that's fucking retarded. So, my form on laterals is just fine. You'll notice people who do like super strict form on laterals, they never get any bigger. They're just infinitely going to be stuck at the same weight. So it's a movement where you don't have very good leverage, and you are going to have to use like a little bit of body English. But the main stimulus for muscle growth is mechanical tension, so you need to use heavy weight. Every big dude with huge shoulders, you'll notice they do not have the strictest form on lateral raises.
What is your weight now? Still holding steady at 110 kilograms? The court can order a full frank audit.
I don't know if they can, given the amount of money Paul's asking for. I would have figured they'd do that by now, if they could. I'm not sure though. Maybe they'll do that. Haven't weighed myself in the last like couple weeks, but since I took the last week and a half off training, I'm assuming I weigh about the same, so probably around 231, 232. Like pounds. Thanks for the donation though, James. Man, I'm farting. Most anticipated release for 2026. Probably the Wolverine game. I'm really hyped for that. It should have a PC release at some point, and they might be able to recompile it before the official PC release comes out. They actually did that with Spider-Man 2, and there's already a alpha build of the game out for PC that got leaked. So they're developing it to be PC compatible. I'm not sure who's voicing Wolverine, but the voice sounds fine. Like, you can hear his voice in the trailer. Sounds like pretty decent Wolverine. Ooh. Ooh. No, I never watched Deadpool and Wolverine. That movie just looked fucking stupid. How much weight is that? That's 111 pounds per dumbbell. What am I currently on? Starting today, just 300 test and 5 IU's growth hormone per day. I was taking 300 test, 200 Masteron, but I'm just gonna stick with test for right now. Oh yeah, and I did get Anavar tablets, so I'm on 20 milligrams Anavar pre-workout. But yeah, I think I was just taking too much steroids, period. And that might be why I was having the bad water retention. It might not have even had anything to do with like the compound. I was on Boldnone, but what levels did the 200 test give you? I was at 2,220 nanograms per deciliter. Technically, it was 210 milligrams test per week because I was taking 30 milligrams test sip per day. But I posted the results on my Instagram. My total test was 2,220 nanograms per deciliter. Any mental side effects using gear? Not what you would consider a side effect. Um, I've only had positive mental health effects from all the steroids I've used so far. So far I've used Test, Boldenone, um, Drostanolone or Masteron, and Anavar. Test and Masteron feel very, very similar. Masteron's just a little more activating, where you feel like a bit more energetic on it. But you just feel good. It just makes you feel better. And it seems to improve executive function too. Boldenone, a lot of people report getting a depressive effect from it. I just found that it made me feel relaxed. So I didn't get any depressive symptoms. I just felt calm, relaxed. I got the same feeling from it that I get from growth hormone, only without the sleepiness. And Anavar, it kind of feels like caffeine. It just kind of wakes you up and makes you want to kind of get up and go. So I've only had like positive experiences so far, as far as like mental health effects from all the steroids I've used. What's executive function? Well, you could just search that in Google rather than asking me. No, I don't know why you'd ask me if I gave up on veganism. Have you given up on being a fucking, well, I was gonna make a joke, but it wouldn't be funny. Go fuck yourself. Fucking retard. Yeah, my channel's still called Vegan Gange. Are you still vegan? Go fuck yourself, you fucktard. Your fucking mother shot out a fucking retard. Ugh. Oh. I haven't gotten any acne. I don't know why you'd say impotence. Steroids don't make you impotent. Unless you're like taking Nandrolone, maybe. What kind of split do you do? It's push-pull legs. How long do you rest between sets? As long as I need to. So for heavier compound work, it's usually close to 5 minutes. For lighter isolation stuff, Might be more like 2-3 minutes, but it's pretty much as long as I need to. Ugh. Think we'll try doing a decline press with a barbell. Kind of want to try fucking around with that. We'll just do one more set here. Have you seen the prep work bodybuilders do for a show? Well, I've done bodybuilding shows before, just as a natural. So I know what goes into it. Luckily, GLP-1 agonists exist now. So it does make dieting a lot less annoying. Oh, man. Oh, I have like no energy by the third set. Oh.
Are you still vegan? Are you still vegan gains? Are you still vegan? Are you still vegan gains? Are you still vegan? Are you still vegan gains? Jury in writer.
I don't know how I didn't see that. So this will be decline press. Blaha claims to still be bigger than me. Buddy. Like, I guess this is the same guy who said he was bigger than Cali Muscle, so. Dude, it's kind of fucking nuts how delusional that guy is. Like, absolutely crazy. Like, he should be committed. Genuinely worrying how nuts he is. Ugh. Not entirely sure where I should place these. I don't even know if I can put them low enough. Has Blaha ever benched more than 305? Well, yeah, he's done 315 for reps, but he claimed he was going to do 405 years ago, and he still hasn't.
Let your nuts drag, nigga.
I don't know how to go about doing that. Thanks for the donation, though, Dono. Ugh. I think I can put the safeties up one higher. Ugh. Are you worried about too much IGF-1 given your rapid muscle growth? No. I don't know why I'd be worried about that. Ugh. Is bulking cutting effective for skinny fat compared to just recomping? According to the Navy SEAL calculator, I'm like 17, 18%. DEXA scan calculator says I'm 25. Navy SEAL calculator, what the fuck is that? So if a DEXA scan says you're 25, you're probably around 25, which means you're like borderline obese. Why the fuck would you bulk if you're borderline obese? So lose weight. Simple as that. High levels of IGF-1 increase cancer risks significantly. Not really. Your immune system is what kills cancer cells. Like, the IGF-1 thing is... It's not a very good predictor. There's no association whatsoever with steroid use or growth hormone treatment and cancer, so if that were a strong mechanism of cancer, you'd see much higher rates of cancer among people on TRT or getting growth hormone replacement. Ugh. I just tried one of the Rain energy drinks. Their cherry limeade flavor. That is fucking good. Rain has some good flavors. Nick Herbert's cool. I'm friends with him. Could you debate Santa Cruz Medicinals? I think I've tried to set up a debate with him a long time ago, and he's never gotten back to me. That guy is a lying Weasley fucking scumbag and a complete fucking tard. Okay. I'm gonna need to use a lot less weight. I guess after flat pressing and incline pressing, I'm kind of tired. You need to try Monster Nitro Ultra Dry. Tastes better when you drink it from a glass, but carefully pour it because that one foams way more. Never heard of Monster Nitro. No, I've never been to a Planet Fitness. I don't know if they have any locations in Canada. I don't know if I've ever passed one. Planet Fitness is weird. Like the purple. I like the color purple, but it's just weird that all their equipment is colored purple. It's I don't know if it's the right color for like a gym machine. Ghost Orange Cream is the best energy drink I've had. I've had that one. It's not great. I've only ever had it when I got kind of tired of the other Ghost flavors, but it's not great. Planet Fitness seems to be becoming a little more serious. They're opening up a few locations that have deadlift and weightlifting platforms. So some of their locations seem like they're actually getting pretty decent. And yeah, they have a good selection of machines. The thing is, though, like, this is a problem with almost every fucking commercial gym. The free weight equipment is always a little shitty and annoying. Like, I rarely ever see gyms that have, like, Thompson fat pads. So, yeah, if you're benching, they just don't have great benches. And a lot of their racks are also kind of shitty, too. So, I don't like commercial gyms in general. Ugh. That felt good. Best gym you've ever been to? Um, Two best gyms I've been to would be Fortis Fitness in Toronto, and there's a gym in Ottawa that I went to with Clarence. It's like 613 lift, something like that. Let me think it's 613 lift. Yeah, it's 613 lift. That's uh that's a really good gym. They have really good racks. Um I don't know if they have good benches. Can't remember if they had any good benches, but they have really good squat racks. And they also have some really good machines. They have the Arsenal Strength, pendulum squat and shit. They have the Rogue Rhino belt squat, which I have in my home gym. I went to a Good Life Fitness that was pretty good too in Scarborough. Would you ever do celebrity content creator boxing, MMA? Imagine it's impossible to find someone your size now. Um, yeah, I'd be down to do it. Like Sam Hyde, I guess. Bradley Martin would probably be a good size matchup for me too. Like they'd probably want to find dudes that are also on steroids. So like Sam Hyde's on steroids, Bradley's on steroids, obviously. I don't know who else, but usually with the celebrity boxing crap, it's just for the memes. I don't know how much the promoters really care. I tried reaching out to iDubbbz to do that boxing thing he was doing. They never got back to me. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, Kenny KO. I'm pretty sure they did see my email though. It's just Anissa hates me. I don't think they wanted to pay me or anything. I don't know if I'd really want to box Kenny KO at this point. Like that guy's a fucking scumbag. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable knowing that um I'm like promoting a literal Nazi and he's getting paid by an event. Like he's a literal Nazi. I don't know if you've seen the fucking content that piece of shit's been uploading, but he's been making like content saying like the Holocaust never happened, Jews should be exterminated. He's dressed up in literal Nazi uniforms. Oh. 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 Oh yeah. Forgot Bradley Martin and Nick Fuentes. I don't know why the fuck. There's actually a lot of fitness creators that are fucking anti-Semites. Tren twins, they're promoting anti-Israel fucking propaganda, claiming they're committing a genocide. You know, that faggot bullshit. Lean beef patty. She was doing that all eyes on Rafa bull crap, and I called her out for it. And then what do you know? Yahya Sinwar is hiding out in fucking Rafa, and he executed like what 10 Israeli hostages there. And this fucking bitch is saying, "Oh, Israel shouldn't invade Rafah." Yeah, right. And isn't that suspicious, by the way? You have all of these fucking pro-Palestine activists trying to promote this bullshit about not invading Rafah, and then Yahya Sinwar's there with all the hostages. It's almost as if Hamas orchestrated this propaganda campaign because they knew they had to try to prevent Israel from fucking getting in there because Yahya Sinwar was at risk. And then these fuckwits are promoting fucking Hamas propaganda. I can't stand Lean Beef Patty. She's just a horrible, horrible person. Anti-Semite, animal abuser. It's fucking crazy that she has an audience. Like, even if you don't care about any of that and you're like apolitical, she's just such a so obnoxious. Oh. Ugh. Ugh. I didn't debate Sneeko. I was having a chat with him, and that was also before he was like doing that whole anti-Semitism, Holocaust revisionism bullshit. Ugh. Ugh. Oh yeah, me versus Harley from Epic Mealtime. That'd be kind of funny. No, I've never met Tori Washington. Do you do Worst of the Fitness Industry anymore? I'm planning on making new Worst of the Fitness Industry videos. I wouldn't bother doing one on Mike. Um, there's just not quite enough material there, and it's if I were to make any criticisms, it just wouldn't really be interesting. Um, it's just what he does is just not like egregious enough. So it'd just be going into like minute details about why like what he says is stupid, and it would just seem a little pedantic. I'm planning on doing one on Greg again and his testosterone. And I do want to do one on Revival Fitness. That guy's a fucktard. When did you start taking gear and how much? I started August 1st, and I started off with 210 milligrams test per week and 5 IU's growth hormone per day, and I gained 20 pounds of muscle in 2 months. And then from there, I jumped to 200 bold known, and I think I started off with like just 200. Yeah, I think it was like 250 or maybe 300 tests, and then I upped it a little bit more to 350. I ended up getting really bad water retention from that after like about a month and a half. So I took a little break. I took a week off of injecting anything. And then I switched to 300 test, 200 mast. Now, starting today, I'm just going to take test. I think I was just taking too much steroids. That's why I had the water retention. So I did get Anavar tablets. So I'm taking 20 milligrams pre-workout. So right now, starting today, it's just 300 test, 5 IU's growth hormone per day, and 20 milligrams Anavar pre-workout. Ditch the croc. I think you mean Crocs, cuz going to stubborn your toe one day. Well, it's not like these are less protective than normal weightlifting shoes. I've actually dropped a really heavy dumbbell on my toe once. It was like 110 pounds, dropped it straight on my toe wearing normal running shoes. And the nail on my toe just fell off. That hurt like fuck. My shoe was filled with blood and everything. So I don't think they're any less protective. Ugh. Ugh. Up closing in on 500 by 20 squat. I saw the meet he was at. I saw his Instagram post. He did 730. That was really fucking impressive. And he did like a little over 800 for deadlift. He is fucking strong, dude. Maybe I just have to practice more, but even on steroids, 20 rep squats are pretty fucking exhausting. Pre-steroids, I remember like anything above 7 reps on squats were like really fucking draining. Now I can do between like 12 and 15 before it gets like stupid again. How long do you plan on taking the 300 milligrams? As long as I'm fine, doing well. Might take more, might take less, just depends on like blood work, how I feel, gains I'm making. Have you seen the Jason Genova documentary Pumping Piss? I think I might have. Cruise on grams like Buck, yeah. Well, there's a reason he's like able to do 500 for 20 on squats, right? So, yeah, there is something to taking steroids in high doses. He's done 1,400 milligrams of Tren in a fucking week. He's pushed ridiculously fucking high doses. I don't know how the fuck he tolerates that. Like, especially all things considered, like he doesn't have the cleanest diet. Like he's talked about having really horrific acne, getting gynecomastia. Like he's had side effects. But like even still, you'd think he'd just feel so terrible taking that much. He wouldn't even be able to like fucking tolerate it like at all. And he'd give up. It's kind of fucking weird. Ugh. Oh, all right. Ugh. Chest is toasted. Ugh. Yeah, I plan on competing. Yeah, that should look fine.
What do you think of Frank Tufano? Time for another debate if you ask me.
Well, I don't know why you have to ask me that. Obviously, I think he's a fucktard. He will not do a debate with me ever again. There's no chance he'd ever agree to that. After I exposed him for being a closeted homosexual, he's basically refused to even mention my name. So, the days of debating Frank are over. Thanks for the donation, though, dude. Oh. Oh. I think I've gotten too big to like shoulder press like I was before. Like I can't get the bar down. Is there any bodybuilder you'd like to work out with in the future? Kind of like to train with Urs. That'd be sort of cool. Tren Twins workout collab would be pretty minty. Try a wider grip. I like literally cannot get the bar down to my chest. Ugh, even that's fucking hard. Oh, jeez. Fuck. Yeah, I like my shoulders have gotten too tight. I don't know how I should do this now. Maybe like super narrow? Yeah, I can't bring it down to my chest anymore. I'm just gonna have to do chin height. How likely do you think it is the TB500 will help my shoulder pain? If it's related to like a soft tissue injury, then very likely it will help. So if there's inflammation in the area, that's responsible for the neuropathy. It'll likely help. And if there's any like tendon or ligament damage, again, it'll likely help. It's at least worth a shot. It's worth trying considering it's not the most expensive drug in the world, so also side effect risk is basically zero. I've never heard anybody complain about TB500. Fuck.
You look like a Ninja Turtle. Which one are you?
I think I'm too tall to look like a Ninja Turtle, but if I was a turtle, I'd probably be Raphael. Thanks for the donation, fuckhead. Ow. Having muscle cramps. Yeah, I don't think I can wear this belt. What's the worst gym interaction you've ever had? Probably when this like massive herd of girls all tried to suck my dick at once, and some of them bit me. Thanks for the stupid question. Thanks for the donations, Chris. Appreciate that. Wasn't the stupidest question, but still pretty stupid. Favorite Spider-Man villain? Well, yeah, definitely Venom. Venom's definitely the coolest. Carnage is also pretty sick. Okay, I've got to like relearn how to overhead press using a totally different technique than I'm used to. Yeah, Dr. Octopus is pretty cool. Tom Hardy was fine as Eddie Brock. Like, the thing is, it's a Spider-Man villain without Spider-Man, so he he wasn't really playing Eddie Brock. He was kind of more playing a dude named Eddie Brock. So for what it was, you know, I think he was fine in the movie. Don't really have any complaints. Yeah, I'm trying the Buck style overhead press. I I have to practice. Just not used to doing it this way. Michael B. Jordan would not be the right person for Al Simmons. They're looking at Jamie Foxx to play Spawn. He would make way more sense than Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan's just too much of a like bitch. Jamie Foxx actually has like an edge to him. Michael B. Jordan just wouldn't be able to play the character. That feels weird. Really weird. Oh, here, a lifting expert who's a tiny pencil neck. No, I'm just saying lifting heavy is counterproductive to longevity and making gains. Right. That's why the biggest, strongest people all lift heavy. Kills your CNS. No, it doesn't. You don't even know what the central nervous system is. Bad on joints and tendons. No, it's not. It strengthens your joints and tendons. Never lifted heavy in my life and have good gains. Right. That's why you have no social media. If we go to your channel, there's no videos of you lifting. No links to your Instagram where we can see your physique or any lifting videos. And you're not even telling us any of your actual fucking lifts. So, right. Thanks for the workout advice, but I don't really want to be a weak pencil neck. Fucked hard. What's your favorite bicep exercise? Dumbbell curls. Who has the worst breath, Genova, Blaha, or Sverige? From what I've heard, Blaha. Women have told him to rinse his mouth out with straight vinegar because his breath was so bad. So, seems like it'd be Blaha. Are you looking forward to Resident Evil Requiem? Sort of. I'm hoping the campaign focuses on Leon, and that FBI agent you play as is only like some of the game. So she's like, you know, the Ashley section kind of thing. But if the game focuses on Leon, then yeah, I'd definitely be into it. Jeez. I hit the ceiling. Yeah, I'd like to see a Code Veronica remake. That'd be cool. Especially since that game was pretty fucked when it came out. Remaking it and just making it better would be nice. Especially the section at the end, you can basically soft lock the game where it's impossible to beat the boss. Gig had tendon pain and forearm since January. Rest didn't help. Will testosterone heal me or some peptides? Peptides would probably be more of a help to you. So something like TB500. I actually had pain in my forearm here. It was from a tight muscle. There's a muscle that crosses your forearm, and that can end up, if it gets tight, it can end up rubbing against some of the other muscles and tendons and cause pain. So working that area really hard with a massage gun and stretching fixed that for me. So you might want to try that.
Be glad where you live. Germany over here is a joke. Thousands of Syrians are demonstrating in front of Christmas markets just to show up. We are angry as FK.
Oh yeah, I know. Germany's cucked. It's just fucking gay retardville. The entirety of Europe is just gay retardville. I don't know why, but Europeans love being broke and poor and giving all their money to either fucking Muslim immigrants or people who are too lazy to fucking work, which is mostly Muslim immigrants. I don't know how the fuck you people tolerate that shit. But I don't know how many fucking times Muslims have to bomb and stab people, like these fucking, refugees, quote unquote, until you get the message like, maybe this is a bad idea. But it's crazy. Like, you people just let anybody fucking in. Like, there's literal fucking, like, ISIS members that are immigrating into Germany and Sweden and shit. And, the government just doesn't fucking care. Oh. Yeah, Poland is one of the few, perhaps the only, base country in Europe. At least Poland doesn't take shit. Yeah, I've heard of Street Sharks. I used to watch that cartoon show as a kid. Think we can handle 60. Ugh. Well, I guess this is technically 61. Yeah, I also used to watch Biker Mice from Mars. I liked that show back in the day, too. Always liked motorcycles. There was a lot of funny shows that were kind of trying to copy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So the weight we're about to do is going to be 61 pounds. Polish president wanted to shoot those on site who crossed illegally. Citizens supported this. Then the Eurofag countries called him racist. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. It's just fucking stupid. Like, especially since they've had border guards that are being attacked. It's like, fuck these people. Like, look, if you shoot at somebody and you give them warning shots and they still try to hop the fence, it's like, okay, well, you're a dumbass. Darwin Award. If they want to get shot and killed, it's up to them. I don't know why anybody gives a fuck. It's like the Kyle Rittenhouse thing. I don't know why you'd ever attack somebody with an AR-15. Gives a fuck if they got killed. Ugh. I bench and squat my body weight of 180. Okay, so you're a weak fucking pussy. I have no desire to get any bigger. So you want to stay a weak pussy. Huge muscles are gross. Yeah, that's what a weak pussy would say. Try getting a girlfriend looking like a meathead. Yeah, because the biggest, strongest athletes, like football players, they don't get any girls. Women really don't like big, strong, muscular men, clearly. All the big guys they see at the gym get no women. Well, I don't know how you'd know since you're not in their fucking bedroom, are you? Why is this faggot in my chat? No, haven't tried arm wrestling. 61. Weren't you doing 70 pounds like 2 years ago? No. What are you, fucking stupid? Where the fuck did you get the idea that I was lateral raising 71 pounds 2 years ago? I have never done lateral raises standing with that much weight. Fucking idiot. Fuck. Ugh. Gig making pizza in the oven. That sounds delicious. After I'm done my workout, I'm gonna have the leftover rice and tofu I had in the morning, and I'm probably gonna make some rice paper rolls with some tofu and veggies, and put some mushrooms in the air fryer. That's gonna be fucking dope. I found some fucking amazing Japanese barbecue sauce. Fuck, dude. So good. It goes so good with fucking mushrooms. You know, it's just nice doing steroids, working out, eating good food. It's just what life's all about, you know? And watching cartoons with your cat. It's all a man needs, really. Can you show the sauce? Sure. Later on, well, maybe after the workout, I'll just show the sauce for any of you interested. We'll just finish up the rest of this session first. Ooh. Oh. Okay, this fucktard's just trying to rage bait me. My bad, I was thinking of when you bicep curled 70 pounds. Nice shoulder gains, by the way. Oh. Yeah, I've bicep curled 70s. I'll probably be able to do that again soon. I had tendonitis and shit in my biceps for a while. That was like back when I was natural too, but my biceps have been feeling pretty good lately. So probably in the next few months I'll be doing like 70s. How tall are you? I'm 6'3". Oh shit. Okay. You look like a classic physique competitor. Well, thank you. That's the goal, to compete in classic physique. The fuck? How do you avoid crunchy shoulders on upright rows? Well, one mistake people make is they try to go up too high. So, like the same thing with laterals. If you notice, if you go up too high on laterals and your shoulders start crunching, just don't go up that high. A lot of people also do upright rows with a close grip and they bring their elbows up. Like, that's also just going to probably bother your shoulders. So, I use a wider grip and I just go up to about my chest height. Spaghetti. Do you think cables are inferior to free weights? No. They have some advantages. Um, like at the end of the day, I don't think you're really going to find much of a difference between free weights, machines, cables. It's going to be like how heavy you're lifting, intensity, volume. So if you're only using free weights, I don't think you're really at any kind of disadvantage. Want to progress on Captains of Crush grippers, but I've been stuck for like 2 months after making a lot of progress tips. Well, for one thing, with grippers, you have to use them extremely frequently. So either every day or nearly every day. So you probably want to use them 5 days a week. You're also going to want to vary the rep range and intensity. So some days are basically going to just be technique practice, essentially, with lower tension and lower reps. It's just to get you kind of used to the movement. Some days are going to be like higher volume, more reps, and some days are just going to be heavier. One mistake that a lot of people make with strength training in general is they train to failure too often. You want to lift with heavy weight, but you want the weight you're lifting with to have a high power output, and the same goes for grippers. So, if let's say you're using certain set of grippers, you can only get like 3 reps, but those reps are like to failure, you're probably going to stall. So if you're using a gripper where you can only get, say, like 3 reps, you're going to be better off doing single practice with them. So just do 1, do it as quick as you can, and then just go down to a lighter gripper. And again, do those like fast with a lot of power, but don't go to failure. You want more of your volume to have that high power output. So I would increase the frequency you're using the grippers. Use them either every day or like probably 5 days a week. And again, try to avoid, at least on the heavier days, avoid going to failure. Because that will make you stall if you're trying to get stronger. Oh, shit. And steroids definitely fucking help. I don't know why, but steroids, at least for me, seem to be really great for grip strength. Your grip just automatically gets a lot stronger when you're on gear. It's kind of weird. There's a lot of like peripheral muscles that are a little stubborn, where like now that I'm on steroids, they just get way stronger and bigger. Um, was Greg Doucette more based when he sold steroids instead of testosterone? Well, yeah, obviously. Yeah, if only he'd kept doing that, the world would be a better place. The whole steroid thing is so stupid. If they're going to give you enough agency to drink alcohol, smoke weed, along with like just being able to eat the shittiest fucking food imaginable, look at all the fucking garbage there is to eat when you walk into a fucking grocery store. I don't know why the hell it's assumed you don't have the agency to take steroids. The government lets you ruin your fucking life in every other way imaginable. You can get fat as fuck. You can become an alcoholic. You can get into massive amounts of fucking debt. You can have as many children as you want. Like, in every fucking way, you can just ruin your fucking life, and the government is fine with it. But a drug that makes you stronger, oh, hold up there. Big muscles, that's going a little too far. So, yeah, stupid. Oh. This bench is not exactly ideal for this. Well, yeah, they want an obedient, docile public. Yeah, drugs that make you more fucking based and think more clearly. They definitely want to ban those drugs. Fucktarded. I can't get steroids in my country. Virtually impossible. Where do you live? I doubt it's impossible. Are you able to jump higher with steroids now? I haven't practiced my vertical leap, but I would imagine. I wish public gyms had a Thompson fat pad. My back is kind of wide, which makes it hard to balance on a normal bench. Yeah. I hate benching on normal benches, especially now that I'm being spoiled with a fat pad. Fat pad's just fucking god tier. Oh. Tried to take a blood sample from a finger prick and I got no blood. Also said to do it first thing. My blood was thick and dehydrated. Do I really need to do it first thing? What the fuck are you talking about? I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Recently got the Rep Aries 2.0 on a 6-post rack with their Blackwing bench. It's been sick. The Rep Aries is... it's a fucking dope piece of equipment. Anavar must be hard on the liver. Not particularly. It's better for you than alcohol. Oh. Jade for Justice, what's up? And just have to do some tricep work after this. Are you close to 240 pounds yet? I'm not sure. Well, I should say, no. I'm still probably like around 231, 232. I haven't bothered weighing myself in the last like couple weeks because of the water retention. I just wouldn't get an accurate weigh-in. When are you competing? Probably like next year. Are roids allowed in bodybuilding competitions? Yes, obviously. I'd compete in classic physique. I'd have absolutely no chance in open bodybuilding at this point. I don't really want to do open bodybuilding. I wouldn't be able to be competitive without just going nuts. Yeah, it'd have to be like 350 fucking pounds because of my height. I don't want to walk around that heavy. That'd just be ridiculous and stupid. I think Samson Dauda. He's like 6'1". Pretty sure he currently weighs like 340 or 350. That's just a ridiculous amount of body weight. And on top of that, like the amount of drugs I'd have to spend money on too. Like at that level, there's no way of knowing like exactly how much I'd need to take. Like it's a gradual progress, but you're gonna end up spending like a fucking good chunk of change each month just on the drugs you're taking. I'd rather take less drugs and save my money. Like steroids are fairly cheap, but like again, when you're taking grams and grams, um, that does end up adding up. What are you taking now? Last I heard, you were taking test bold known GH Retta. I wasn't on Retta when I was taking bold known. I've been on 300 test, 200 mast for a couple of weeks, but I'm just gonna do test. I'm not gonna bother with masteron for the moment. So starting today, it's 300 test, and I am taking Anavar. Just 20 milligrams pre-workout. How your hemoglobin? I think you mean hematocrit. My hematocrit's perfectly normal. I did not get a substantive elevation in my hematocrit. Even on 350 test and 200 bold known, it actually went down compared to when I was just on 200 test, which was surprising. How often do you get your blood tested? It's been about every couple months. Why is the Anavar pre-workout? Thought steroids take days to kick in. Orals are very short acting. Anavar has about a 9-hour half-life. And especially if you take it sublingually and you let it dissolve under your tongue, you'll feel it pretty much immediately. So orals are a different story. And even longer acting drugs, like I was on test sip. I felt it literally 30 minutes after injecting the first day. So everyone metabolizes the drugs differently. I seem to be metabolizing them extremely quickly. Even Boldenone, it has the undeclinate ester, and even 30 minutes after injecting Boldenone, I felt that right away. I live in Kitchener. Can we hit a workout? I do not live anywhere near Kitchener. That would be an extremely long drive for me. That'd be about 4.5, 5 hours for me to get to you. Yeah, I was living in Guelph. I moved, I think it's been 2 years now. Ugh. Animal Liberation, Donatello, Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to be hosting the Finding Gnosis live stream tonight. Would you come on for a bit to shoot the shit after your workout stream? Understandable if you can't tonight. Send me a link to it on Instagram, and I'll be streaming, like doing a normal stream later. And I can come on and chat for a bit. Sure. Thanks for the donation, Animal Liberation. What do you do when you're riding your motorcycle long distance and it rains? You get wet. I do have rainproof motorcycle gear, or waterproof motorcycle gear. I do have Gore-Tex gloves. I had a really good rain overcoat, but he who shall not be named, or she who shall not be named, took it. And they don't make that fucking rain jacket anymore, unfortunately. But I have a waterproof jacket. It's more of a winter jacket, though. And I've got waterproof pants. I've actually got really good pair of waterproof pants that are, again, a bit more for cold weather. But you can remove the insulator. And I've got waterproof overpants, too, that are more for warm weather. So I've got rainproof clothing, so you can just plan ahead. in case it rains. Otherwise, yeah, you get wet. Can you explain how it feels when you take Anavar? Do you feel like Superman when it kicks in or something? Um, Best way I can describe it is if you get a really good amount of energy from like an energy drink just without like any jitters. So it's kind of like if you're not sensitive to caffeine and like maybe a little bit of nicotine. You just feel very sharp, focused. You kind of feel your heart rate increase a little bit. You kind of want to get up and do things. You feel a bit more motivated. And you definitely feel an increase in like nervous system efficiency. So you just like, you can feel it when you move that you're just stronger and you have like better motor recruitment. It definitely also has like some mineral corticoid effect where it changes like the water balance in your body. So you do like, at least if you're lean enough to notice, you'll look like harder and veinier. You ever getting a pickup truck? I might end up getting one eventually because I've been running into situations where I could really use one. Yeah, the problem is all the new pickup trucks are outrageously overpriced. Like they're pretty much luxury vehicles at this point, which is fucking retarded. And all the used ones that are selling for an affordable amount of money, they're beat to shit. So they've been like hauling really heavy loads. The frames are bent. They're probably going to need like an engine rebuild. Transmissions like shot, The used vehicle market is just like an absolute fuck shit right now. I don't really want to buy a car at this point. But I am planning on winning the lottery, 80 million, so pretty soon it's not like any of this will matter. Know what I'm saying? Okay, that's actually too heavy. Ugh. Fuck. Yeah, if I win the lottery, I think what I'm gonna do is get the GM electric Hummer, and I'll run motherfuckers off the road. That thing's just so heavy, you can just bash into people. If somebody's being really fucking stupid, I'll just run them right off the fucking road. Yeah, there's no fucking chance I'd get a Cybertruck. Um, I don't even know if they insure that thing in Ontario anymore. Um, I've been seeing fewer of them on the road lately. Actually, like none at all. There was one dude in my neighborhood who lived close by who had one. I haven't seen him in like at least 6 months. And there's some dude near Ottawa that I'd run into fairly often. Haven't seen him either. Anavar is a bit expensive, though, isn't it? How come you decided to take it? It's really not. On a milligram per milligram basis, like, kind of like, let me see how the cost breaks down. Um, um, so it's about twice as expensive as test. Uh, Test is pretty cheap though, so it's not that expensive. Like Primo's about 4 or 5 times as expensive as test. So as far as steroids go, it's kind of middle of the road for price. No, I didn't stop growth hormone.
With the GM electric Hummer you can definitely smash people on their fucking head effortlessly who call you a fat powerlifter that's out of shape because you fainted doing overhead press.
Yeah, exactly. That car weighs a ridiculous. You can't even drive it on certain roads, actually, because the weight. I can't remember what the actual weight is, but it's fucking insane. So, really great car for ramming fucktards off the road. Thanks for the donation, Killian Titan. Yeah, Primo used to be really cheap. Then they banned it for. The FDA banned it for human use in the US. And then after that, Bayer ended up only selling it in Turkey. And it's kind of a complicated drug to make. So it's gotten sort of expensive. So even like UGLs kind of have trouble making it. And especially lately with the shortage in supply from China, it's gotten extremely expensive. What's your opinion on just 18 milligrams test a day? Nothing else. That's fine for TRT. Have you thought of trying propionate? No. Don't really have any use for propionate. Um, I know some dudes really like it for libido. There's two. Well, there's one real problem with propionate. The post-injection pain is horrendous. And some people actually have an allergic reaction to it. Something about the ester can cause like some weird allergic reaction. It's also not particularly anabolic either.
Are you on finasteride or dutasteride for all the DHT from your cycle? Also, what do you think of Dr. Todd Lee saying Masteron is the ultimate steroid and better than Primo?
No. I'm not on anything to control DHT. And I'd agree with him. Primo is massively overhyped, especially considering how expensive it is now. I've never taken Primo personally, but I know that it does have really bad post-injection pain. So if you're going to have to pin these drugs fairly frequently, that's kind of a huge issue. And I've taken Masteron. It's extremely smooth. And I know, like, everyone responds to these drugs differently. Some people will tell you that they get rage issues on Masteron. Generally speaking, I've seen that people just get horny on Masteron. They don't really get any bad mental health sides. Primo, generally associated with agitation and feeling more like angry and annoyed. But again, like, everyone kind of responds differently to these drugs. But like, Masteron is just so benign. It doesn't raise your hematocrit, doesn't really do anything other than lower your HDL, raise your LDL. But all steroids do that. And Primo is a little bit liver toxic, so yeah, I'm gonna stream after the workout. We've just got one more exercise to do. Thanks for the donation, though, Johnny. I might be fucking insane, but I think I might have gotten taller. Everything feels lower. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just imagining it. But yeah, I did that barefoot and it felt like the bar was lower than normal. I think Dorian Yates said he actually got taller somehow, which is really weird, especially considering his age. Dorian said he got taller through stretching and yoga. Well, I do stretch, and I have been doing dead hangs. Who knows? How in the fuck am I hitting? Did the thing move? I'm like hitting the, I think the thing moved. I'm hitting the ceiling. Congratulations, you're banned. We do not tolerate that around here. I'm hooked on Seth MacFarlane Star Trek parody Orville. I'm a go to space now. See you in the next one. If anyone needs me, I'm in space. I heard middling reviews about that. Seth MacFarlane's just kind of lazy. I'm not really into his type of humor. It's very lazy, stupid writing. He also does a lot of like really weird, obscure pop culture references that make no fucking sense to anybody. Ooh. Oh. Whew. One more set. It's born with high LDL. Does anyone know if fats from nuts like cashews would raise it? Doctor told me not to eat it. Saturated fats with long or very long chain lengths are what raise LDL. So, in all likelihood, cashews wouldn't do anything. You can always get blood work done. So, eat your normal diet. Check your LDL. Eat cashews every day for a month. Check your blood again and see if they alter your LDL. But they shouldn't, because they're not high in long chain saturated fats. Cashews are fucking awesome. In terms of taste, they're my favorite nut. I love chocolate covered cashews too. Those are really awesome. I also like chocolate covered cherries. Yes, I'm going to be taking testosterone for life. No, I'm not on HCG. I'm not a fucktard. Why the fuck would I take HCG when I don't care about fertility? Like, I have a vasectomy. Why the fuck would I take a fertility drug? Fuck. All right. Well, we fucking did it. Ugh. All donesy onesie. All right. So I'm going to make food, and then we will do a normal stream later. So I'll probably be on in about an hour. So I will see you all then. Hope you all had fun. Big thanks to everybody who donated on Streamlabs. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you all in a bit.